Hello, we're going to do some test-driven design in Rust, and I will just quickly use the static lifetime as well with a message at the end. So I've based this on some test examples that I found within the Electrum Rust project, which is the Electrum server which indexes the Bitcoin blockchain. It's got 38 contributors, 89% written in Rust. There is a Python version as well. I'm going to be actually setting up the Rust version on a Bitcoin node shortly, but that's by the by. So let's actually look at some code. And this is a test which I found within the source code. So I thought it'd be a good idea to start looking at more and more source code, production source code, because tutorials are kind of sometimes they're a bit almost too user friendly, and you get a bit of a shock when you jump into production code. So right, we want to write a function which satisfies these tests. So the first column is going to be the current version, and then we want to check that it's between these. So that's going to be the minimum version, and that's going to be the maximum version. So we want a function where we pass in, we just call it version, string slice, and then we will pass the second column, which is we'll call min underscore version, and then max underscore version. And we want to return we'll just return a result type of unit, or this is where we'll do the static string because we're just going to return a string literal. So ampersand tick, static, and then str. So far so good. Then we just need to say if, and then version is greater than or equal to min version, and version is less than or equal to max. Then we will return OK, unit type. Else we will return error with a message version not in range. So this should satisfy the tests down below. I'm just going to format it as well because I've not got that set on by default. So there we go. We've got min, max, and current version. Let's run it. And cannot check between not found in scope. I haven't built it. The cargo build. I'm so used to doing cargo run. Oh, sorry, I've done a major mistake here. Sorry. So we need to change that to check between. And let's just check if that compiles. I don't think it will, but no, because this is not a library, so we actually do need we'll just do a function main that actually does nothing. Well, it's the main entry point, but it's not got any code in it. Right, exit, cargo build, that looks okay. And then cargo test. We've got a successful test. It says that one passed. We actually passed in multiple cert statements within one test. I believe that's fine because the success of the test doesn't depend on the success of any of those individual assert statements. I think that's right. Okay, so we've written a test to satisfy the test between, which uses the check between function, which we've just written. And we've used a ampersand tick static stir because we passed back a string literal on line 4. So I hope this has been just I don't know, a little bit of food for thought or inspiration. So if you want to look at some source code for a project with 38 contributors, this is where I was looking, and there you got tests there. And that's a a bash script which is doing some tests, so don't look at that. But it's actually within the was it source I was looking at? I believe it was. I looked in electrum.rs, about 800 lines. I think it's good just to start looking at projects with hundreds of lines as well. The tests actually, there they are. So Electrus source electrum.rs, and that was the test. And I promise I didn't. In fact, if you want, within Rust, you can also do this, which I mentioned in a previous video, but I'll just mention it again. You can do TM. Yeah, and it sets up the kind of the scaffolding for you. So, because that's a lot to remember, or I can remember that really, but sometimes you just get it in the wrong order or whatever. So, yeah, there we go. That's just a useful shortcut. It is TM, sorry, in insert mode, TM, and there you go. So, whatever your test name is, your test name can be anything, and then you actually put the name of your actual function. Yeah, so on line 7, you'd be putting the name. So, I don't know, check stuff, and then you'd have a check stuff function up above. So I won't save that. But there we go. Thanks for watching, and that's just a quick video on test-driven design. Thumbs up. See you next time.